You went out into the yard to feed a stray dog. It looked quiet, a bit odd, foam round its mouth. You held out your hand with a piece of bread. It bit you. Quickly, almost lazily, without a growl, you brushed it off, rinsed the wound with water, and forgot about it. You shouldn't have. Inside you, the most terrifying survival game had already begun, and it has a 100% outcome. Rabies isn't a disease. It's a biological weapon of mass destruction, packed into a virus 180 nanometers across. It has existed for thousands of years. It has outlasted empires and civilizations. It kills 59,000 people every year. Its fatality rate after the onset of symptoms is virtually 100%. In the entire history of medicine, fewer than 20 cases of survival have ever been recorded. Most of those survivors were left with severe brain damage. But right now, you don't know any of this. The bite healed within a week. A small scar, nothing to worry about. The virus, meanwhile, is already at work. It's in no rush. Unlike flu or COVID, rabies doesn't charge into your bloodstream. It's cleverer than that. It hides in the muscle tissue around the wound, quietly replicating, building its strength. The incubation period can last anywhere from 5 days to 2 years. Typically 1 to 3 months. All that time, you're living a perfectly normal life, with no idea there's a bomb ticking away inside you. And then the virus begins its journey. It finds the nearest nerve and starts crawling along it towards your brain. Speed, roughly 12 to 24 millimeters a day. If you were bitten on the leg, you've got more time. If it was your face, you're counting days. The virus travels inside nerve fibers, invisible to your immune system. Antibodies can't reach it. The vaccine is useless if it's already on its way. Week 1, after symptoms appear. You feel a strange tingling at the site of the old bite. It healed ages ago, but now there's something stirring. A burning, an itch, electric jolts beneath the skin. The virus has reached your spinal cord and is sending out false signals. You develop a slight temperature. Your head aches. You reckon you've caught a cold. By the end of the first week, the virus reaches your brain. And then hell begins. Phase 2. Encephalitis. Inflammation of the brain. Rabies comes in 2 forms, furious and paralytic. You've drawn the furious kind, the classic version, the one they show in zombie films, only this isn't cinema. This is you, your body, your mind, being rewritten by the virus to serve its purposes. The first symptom is agitation. You can't sit still. You break into a sweat, then shiver with cold. You're aggressive for no reason. Your eyes are dilated, with a strange gleam the ancients called the shine of death. You don't recognize yourself in the mirror. And then comes hydrophobia, fear of water. This isn't a fear of water as a concept. It's a physical inability to swallow. The virus attacks the areas of the brain that control swallowing and turns a simple reflex into torture. At the sight of water, at the sound of running water, even at the thought of water, your throat starts to spasm. The muscles of the pharynx contract with such force that it feels as though you're being strangled from the inside. You're desperate for a drink. Your tongue is parched. But when you bring a glass to your lips, your body betrays you. The spasm starts in the throat and rolls through your entire body. You drop the glass. You choke. You can't breathe in. It happens again and again. You're dying of thirst a meter from a full sink. Aerophobia joins the hydrophobia. Now it's not just water that frightens you, but moving air. A draft from the window triggers the same throat spasm. You can't be near a fan. You can't open a window. Your world shrinks to a stuffy, motionless room where you slowly lose your mind. Salivation. Your mouth produces saliva, but you can't swallow it. It trickles down your chin in thick strings. That's why rabid animals are called foaming. It isn't foam, it's saliva they can't swallow. You look the same. You feel like an animal. Hallucinations begin on the third day of the neurological phase. The virus is literally devouring your brain, destroying neurons one by one. You see things that aren't there. You hear voices. You don't understand where you are or who these people around you are. Moments of clarity grow shorter and shorter. In one such moment, you realize you're dying. And that realization is worse than any hallucination. Aggression comes in waves. The virus needs you to bite. That's how it spreads. It reprograms your instincts to turn you into a transmission machine. You feel uncontrollable rage. You want to scream, to hit, to bite. The hospital staff keep their distance. They strap you to the bed. The virus attacks the autonomic nervous system, and your body starts doing things you have no control over. It's humiliating. It's animal. It's you, turned by a virus into a biological puppet. By day 5, you slip into a coma. Your brain is so badly damaged, it can no longer sustain consciousness. The respiratory center begins to fail. Your lungs stop receiving signals to breathe. If you're in hospital, they put you on a ventilator. But it's only a reprieve. The virus has already destroyed too much. Death typically follows within 2 to 3 days of the coma. The statistics of your death. From the bite to the first symptoms, 1 to 3 months. From the first symptoms to death, 2 to 10 days. The total window during which you could still have been saved, roughly 24 hours after the bite. You didn't use that time. Now you're just another figure in the 59,000 annual deaths. Myths versus reality. Myth. Rabies is a disease of the past. Reality. 59,000 deaths a year. Every 9 minutes, someone in the world dies of rabies. 95% of cases occur in Asia and Africa. Myth. If an animal looks healthy, it isn't rabid. Reality. An animal is contagious up to 10 days before symptoms appear. That quiet dog that bit you may have looked perfectly normal. Myth. If the wound is small, there's nothing to worry about. Reality. Even a scratch from teeth is enough to transmit the virus. A single drop of saliva in an open wound will do it. We live in a world where a lethal virus can be transmitted through the saliva of a stray dog. A world where 1 minute of carelessness can trigger an irreversible process of destruction in your brain. The vaccine exists and costs next to nothing, but you have to get it in time. If you've recently been bitten by an animal, go to the doctor. Now. Not tomorrow, not next week. Rabies does not forgive delay.